in order for two people to honestly and truly want to move forward, you both have to hold your own selves accountable and apologize. So if Nneka can apologize for calling you a bee, Wendy, and for calling your mother the name of a witch, why can't you apologize to her for calling her a crackhead? Because Wendy's immature, it can never admit when she's wrong. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 13. Sharing is caring. I have a code. I've been traveling for 2 weeks, 6 different airports, working 2 different conferences. Something happened all up in here between when I took off from Texas and landed back in Milwaukee Friday night. So I'm congested. Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. If you're brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments down below, which I know that you all will, even those of you that say you're never watching me again, and you question my character, but yet you're in the comments every week. Y'all leave your comments down below too. And at the very least, thumbs up the video if you don't do anything else to let me know that you all stopped by. So we're back from a week-long break. You know that the Housewives did not come on last week because of the Super Bowl. All right, so starts off with Mia. She's in the kitchen with Gordon. She tells Gordon that she accidentally called Karen an old dog. Ask him how he enjoyed Happy Eddie's event. He said it was cool for him. She then said that Karen called her a trick. Now, Mia did not bring up the fact that Karen said that she's been running around here with a rapper. Obviously, she's not going to bring that up. Ashley comes over and Mia gets right to it, asks her about the divorce. Are you getting a divorce? What's really good with it? Ashley likes the security that Michael provides, the financial security, right? So what that means is Ashley tells a story about how when she was younger, her grandmother picked her up from school and her mom had lost track of the bills, I guess didn't have enough money, so she was put out. And Ashley is worried about being in that same financial situation with her kids. Here's the thing though, Ashley, you have been on TV 8 years at this point. We know that you didn't pay any bills with Michael. So what have you been doing with your Potomac checks? Are you not making money on TikTok from all that, shaking and roboting that you doing over there? I feel like Ashley find something that you're good at. Create a business. That is what people on reality TV shows do. They create a business that they can promote on the show to the fan base that they have to make some money. You know the mistakes that your mother had, that the mistakes that your mother made, follow a different path. But you staying with Michael just for the money, I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do, but then don't say that you're getting a divorce when it's clear that you're not. So she then tells Mia that she plans to be divorced by the end of the year. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So they talk about Robin's trip. So apparently at at Nneka's house, Robin announced the trip to the Dominican Republic, said that everyone is invited. She said that she does not want people to try to mend fences and have all these talks. Let's just go and have a good time. Karen has something to say about that. Here's my thing. It would I get the nature of this show is you beef, you argue, you get back together, you start that cycle over again. But it's not the end of the world if y'all have 2 or 3 days where y'all just have fun and just relax. It's not the end of the world. So Candace says in her confessional that the Dominican Republic is big enough for all of her fabulosity and Robin's dry ass. Is this the same dry ass that you've been crying the first 11 episodes of the season that you wanted to be friends with? This is why people don't like you, Candace. You do all this bumping of the gums in the confessional, but then when you're in front of these people, you take a complete different turn. But I guess, girl, So then we get Nneka and Wendy. So they are meeting up to have this infamous sit down that they've been kind of teasing all season. Wendy came in with bad energy. I don't care what y'all say. Wendy came in with extremely bad energy. Wendy did not come into this meeting with the hope, with the intent to really work things out with Nneka and move forward, right? So Nneka said that before she was even a part of this group, Lebe called her and said that Wendy had an issue with her using her name to join the group. That is the part that we need to be discussing. This is before she met up with Ashley. I've been saying that all season because it's been said on every episode. But y'all ignore logic in, in hopes of, I guess, tossing a life preserve to your fave, whatever. But this situation has nothing to do with Ashley. It just doesn't. So, Nneka said that that situation set the tone for Wendy. Wendy was like, let's stop right there. You call my mom a witch. Now, here's the thing. Yes, right? If Wendy wants to be upset that Nneka called her mother a witch, she has every right to. But I also feel that Wendy is harping on that one point so that she does not have to take any accountability for anything else. You called that lady a crackhead. Right? So Nneka said, yeah, that was after the phone call. Wendy lies, blatantly lies, and said, well, I talked to my mom and my sister, and that never happened. They never called Lebe. Bravo gives a flashback to that scene where Wendy's mother said, yes, I did call Lebe and told her it's easier to keep a friend than make an enemy or something like that, which for all intents and purposes is a threat. Now, did her mother admit to putting her name on the shrine? No. But the nucleus of this is that your mother did call Lebe. I really wish Lebe would have been there, but something tells me Wendy does not want to sit down and talk to Lebe on camera. That's what I'm getting. Because otherwise, why wouldn't Lebe be there? Lebe is the catalyst for all this. Lebe is the middleman. So Wendy then asks Nneka, what did I do to you personally? Wendy said, well, your mom and your family is attacking me. And while she's trying to talk, Wendy keeps denying it and keeps focusing on, no, what did I do to you? What did I do to you? If y'all can't tell that Wendy knows that her mama did something, I don't know what to tell you. It's very clear that Wendy knows, and Wendy's just trying to defend her mother, which she has every right to do. But the way that Wendy is going about it looks bad. It looks bad. If your mama's not a witch, right? Just don't fuck with Nneka. If you honestly and truly believe that your mother did not submit her name to a shrine, tell her, okay, cool, and don't be around her. But you arguing this down and beating this dead horse makes Wendy look guilty. Y'all just don't want to see it because y'all don't like Nneka because Nneka doesn't hate the people that y'all want her to hate. So Nneka is standing very, very firm that Wendy's mother submitted her name to a shrine. Wendy wants an apology for calling her mother a witch. Nneka says she will apologize for calling her the name of a witch, which is basically a I'm sorry if I hurt you type of apology, and then apologizes for calling Wendy a bitch. Wendy doesn't accept it. Wendy doesn't really say anything back. And Nneka then asks if she's going to apologize for calling her a crackhead. Wendy takes it back to the witch situation and it's like, well, you've attacked my family and my kids. And Nneka said, I didn't say anything about your kids. So then Wendy pulls the Nigerian card, right? So then Wendy is like, well, as a Nigerian, you know the lines of succession and how all these things are going to affect my kids, how it reverberates, all that stuff. Yes, I believe everything that Wendy has said, right? At the same token, Wendy, isn't you calling this lady a crackhead? Isn't that going to have the same allegations? Isn't that going to have the same repercussions? Is that not going to reverberate throughout everything too? I want to know why Wendy thinks that her family and what happens to her is, and obviously, right, is the only thing that matters. But you got to take some accountability too, Wendy. I feel like if Wendy could have just said, I apologize for calling you a crackhead, but for whatever reason, she refused to do so. So Wendy is like, well, you don't want peace, and then gets up and smirks as she walks away. But this is who y'all stand. Wendy's immature, she's annoying. She lacks accountability. Y'all talk about icing people out. Ain't Wendy trying to ice out Nneka? No? That ain't that doesn't make sense because it's not, somebody that y'all don't like. But whatever. Cry about it in the comments. So we panned over to Candace. Candace is sitting with Chris, who, like I said, we don't get a lot of scenes with the two of them this season, but she has the Dior purse that she bought when her mom was in town visiting 2 weeks ago. So Chris is like, so it's money wasted because this is a purse that you didn't even think about for 2 weeks. Candace says, very snarkily, might I add, it's like, no, this is retail therapy that I bought because I'm so busy because I'm always on the road and I'm always on tour and it's retail therapy. And it's like, Candace, girl, just say it's my money and I'll spend it how I want. That's really all you have to say, right? So he says something about the price. Oh, he said, I don't want to be a nag. She was like, so shut up then. I don't know why anybody was shocked by this scene. This is how these two have always interacted. This is how these two have always interacted. I think, like, this is how they talk to each other. Is it right? No, but this is how they have always talked to each other. So I don't know why anybody was, like, shocked about this. So he brings up when Candace used to complain about him working at the rooftop bar. We get a flashback to that. He said, well, now it's the same thing. She's never home either. Candace shades the shit out of him in the confessional by saying that, he's an influencer on his YouTube and he does, what's that called? Content creation. And then they pan over to Chris saying he gonna make some nachos. I didn't see no cheese. Chris looks like he's a phenomenal chef, right? So some of y'all have said that Chris's Instagram or his YouTube, he barely uploads on it. I feel like the fact that Chris is a chef, every time he cooks, he should be making a video out of it and then posting it. Instagram chefs do well by them just like post. They can post potato salad and people go up in the comments for it. So I don't follow Chris. So I don't know what Chris is really doing with it, but it's clearly not making it. Let's look him up right now. I remember seeing the name and it was like Chris Bassett with a sided T Bassett with a sided deal or something. And I was like, that's such a good name. I was like, it's such a good name. Here we go. Seabass with deal. Chris has 4,500 subscribers. Right? Can y'all see that? So all Chris has to do is like really hone in on posting. His last post is 10 days ago. Chris could be making more money on, but that ain't my business. Whatever. So he's trying to talk to her, but she cuts him off and it's like, your beard is ugly, you need to shave this. And I'm like, oh. Okay. So he gets mad and tells her, let me finish my point. He then talks about how they don't spend enough time together. He then brings up the IVF stuff. Chris is apparently ready to get the baby going. They have embryos that they have frozen and put up for when Candace is ready. Candace is worried about the hormones that IVF will cause since she found that lump in her breast. She then says she got a letter from the doctor and she doesn't know what to make out of it. So she goes against the letter and it says verbatim, you do not have breast cancer. Like, it specifically says that, like, crystal clear. So Chris is like, what are you confused about? Candace said because breast cancer runs in her family. What I think is happening is Candace is not ready to get pregnant. Candace wants to work on her career. And instead of her just being honest about that and telling him that, she's using these lumps as an excuse. Do I think that she's worried about it? Yes. Does she have every right to be worried about it? Yes. If breast cancer runs in your family, yeah, you take it more seriously. Breast cancer runs on my maternal side as well. So we have a tendency, those of us that are at a higher risk, you take it more seriously, absolutely. But this scenario seems more like Candace wants to work on this music career and her acting career that seems to be budding, and that's why she's like trying to take a step back from having this baby. But I could be wrong too, so whatever. We then get Gizelle. It's Grace's graduation. The twins made Grace a little scrapbook full of pictures. I didn't realize them kids were a year apart. So the twins are getting ready to graduate. What, in a couple months? I didn't realize they were that far apart, or that close apart, I should say, close together, Lord. I didn't realize they were that close together. So Giselle's about to be a for real empty nester unless those twins, or one of them at least, goes to school close. So we get home footage. We got a little moment with Giselle's father, who we know has passed away, but luckily he was there for at least one of his granddaughter's high school graduations. We then get Rama. I cannot talk today, y'all. We then get Robin and Nneka and Mia. They're meeting up to shop for the trip. Mia said that Karen is fun when she wants to be, and it depends on who she's around. And she said that when Karen ran up on her with the energy at the Happy Eddie event, it's because Wendy was around. I said, wow, that's interesting. I didn't pick up on that. I've never noticed Karen to act differently based on who's around personally. But I said, okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. In that case, she met up with Wendy, and Wendy tried to gaslight her, so she's just going to act like Wendy doesn't exist. Robin said that Wendy does not want to move forward. Robin and Wendy are what everybody else should be doing, right? They're not really cool, but the two of them are able to coexist. They're able to ask each other questions and answer, and there's no animosity, there's no shade slinging, and that's what everybody on this cast should aspire to do in regards to all the beefs that they have. So we're on the bus after landing in the Dominican Republic, and Robin wants all the ladies to get excited. She said that they're going to be all staying in a villa together. And she doesn't have an agenda. So like we're just here to have fun. We're here to do our big one. Karen said that the villa that they are staying in is actually a villa that Ray goes to every year for a golf trip. Karen then tells this story, and we get a reenactment on screen, where I guess they were newlyweds, and Ray went on this trip, and Karen called the villa, and a woman answered. Ray told Karen that it was housekeeping or the cleaning lady, and then Gizelle was like, the cleaning lady don't answer. Ray pulled one over on her. I'm inclined to agree. Housekeeping doesn't answer your phone. They don't answer your room phone. But it's in the past now, so who cares? So they land at the villa, or they touch down at the villa, and Wendy does the toast to Robin, the trip, and to getting drunk. Wendy's ready to have some fun. So Kiana apparently got sick on the plane. She has an ulcer. So she said on the plane, she felt like she was about to go on to glory because she had a couple glasses of champagne and it just didn't settle with her. So she makes a beeline to the bathroom. Robin explains this villa has 8 bedrooms, 4 of which are doubles, 4 are singles. I'm assuming in addition to the primary suite that Robin has. So she lets them know that Karen is in one of the doubles because she has never had to do that on a trip. Karen immediately says, no ma'am. This is what bothered me about Karen. Anytime anybody else has had to be put in a double, Karen has made it seem like they're overreacting and it's not a big deal. But I think that also goes to show Karen don't really have no real friends on this show that she would want to share a room with. Because Gizelle gets a single, obviously, and Nneka gets a single because she's new to the group, and Ashley gets one because it's her birthday. So Karen is trying to go and talk to the host lady, or the house hostess, whatever that lady was, about buying her own room. She tells Kiana, Mia, Wendy, and Candace that they're in the doubles. Wendy is like, well, I'm used to luxury at home. It's fine. Girl, just go on to your double. Just go into the double. It's not a big deal. Like, Wendy has two friends there, Candace and Kiana. You're straight. So Ashley tries to give her room to Karen. Karen doesn't want it because she wants a room with a water view. Karen then gets mad at Robin because Robin is calling out Karen's childish behavior. So Wendy and Candace are sitting to the side cackling because Karen is telling uh Robin to shut up and Robin is just doing blah 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 blah. Now Kira was in the wrong, y'all. Kira was in the wrong. Especially since Ashley is like, fine, I'll switch with you. We then see Kiana is like, I guess, trying to share a room with Wendy. Wendy tells her no, she's sharing with Candace, and it's like, no, go. You have your own room. Dismissed her friend. Ain't this the girl that you wanted to bring on the show so that you didn't have to bring Nneka on? Karen is sitting outside pouting because she could not get her own room. So Ashley tells her, look, I will give you my room. Robin is pointing out if Karen would just calm down and look, Ashley's room has a water view. So Robin tells Karen that she was rude to Ashley, which she was. Karen gets defensive because Karen does not like to be called out on her actions. Accountability is lacking, right? So she, dismisses Robin, blows her off, whatever the case. Gizelle goes to check on Kiana, said that she knows her through Cal because Kiana is a hairdresser, apparently, or used to be a hairdresser. So Kiana points out that nobody else came to check on her. Not even her real friends, who I'm assuming is Wendy and then Candace, who are supposed to be her homegirls. So not only did they just kind of dismiss her off and didn't think to share a room with her, but they don't even bother to go check on her. So Gizelle tells her, let me know if you need anything. Hope you feel better. Blah, blah, blah. Gizelle tells Robin, Mia, and Ashley that she wants to give Nneka the title of Grand Dame. Just like, it's just fun. This is what they do on the Housewives. So they have this coronation ceremony. Karen said that Nneka was supposed to be a girl's moment. You went and told on me for shading me. Nneka points out her zip code. Y'all shouldn't be mad about that because every time Karen did that in the earlier seasons, y'all applauded her. So if Nneka was to, drop her zip code and everything else that she's doing, she should be well within her rights to do so, right? Right? Okay. So it's a little funny, whatever. Everybody is just kind of like, okay, it's just a housewife TV moment. Candace is like this imp. It's always looking for a way to inflict pain on people. Who the fuck is getting pain inflicted on them? But again, this is Candace wanting to have a moment. This is Candace making it something that Gizelle is doing in jest, facetiously, to Karen, who's not even that upset about it and is laughing. And so Candace walks away and goes over to the room. But, these are the people that y'all choose to stand. And anybody that doesn't obviously has to stand the side that, intimidates y'all and bothers y'all. I don't stand anybody because I don't know any of these people. I just call it like it is on TV. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.